Eddie Jackson has cemented himself as a top safety in the NFL after just 2 seasons. Last year, Jackson was a top player on a Chicago Bears defense that was a force to be reckoned with. He had 2 forced fumbles and 6 interceptions on the year en route to his first Pro Bowl appearance. Jackson wasn't taken until the 112th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft. He has been an absolute steal for the Bears in his short tenure in the league. With his insane success, the real question is, who were the 12 safeties selected before Eddie Jackson? And today, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. If you plan on going to any events coming up, make sure you use SeatGeek to purchase your tickets. SeatGeek makes ticket buying easy by giving you a 1 to 10 score and even gives you a view of your seat.
You can use our code JDP at checkout to get $20 off your first purchase. Again, make sure to use SeatGeek when buying tickets and use code JDP at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. Let's get right back to the video.
Before we talk about those selected ahead of Jackson, let's first look at how he's gotten to where he is today. Eddie Jackson went to Boyd H. Anderson High School in Florida, where he played both defensive back and wide receiver. As a senior, Jackson had 792 yards on offense and 66 tackles and 5 interceptions on defense. He committed to play at Alabama under the guidance of legendary coach Nick Saban. Jackson originally played cornerback at Alabama. He played in 7 games as a freshman, putting up 19 tackles and 1 interception. He suffered a torn ACL prior to his sophomore season, but still ended up playing in 9 games. He had 37 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception. Prior to his junior year at Alabama, Jackson made the switch from cornerback to safety, a move that has certainly paid off in his career. He played in 15 games and made 46 tackles and had an interception. He was also named Defensive MVP in the 2016 National Championship game, a game Alabama won 45-40 over Clemson. Jackson broke his leg in Week 8 of his senior year after deciding to go back before declaring for the draft, an unfortunate injury that led to his drop in the draft. He finished his final year at Alabama with 24 tackles and 1 interception. Heading into the draft, Jackson was actually a high-ranked safety in the class. He was praised for his athleticism for the safety spot, but he was unfortunately said to not be built for a physical pounding. He was projected to be a 3rd-round pick due to his injury history and not being able to perform any drills at the NFL Combine. Jackson dropped in the draft even further and was eventually taken with the 112th overall pick in the 4th round by the Chicago Bears. Jackson got healthy for his rookie season and won the starting free safety job in camp. He played in all 16 games as a rookie and quickly displayed his talent on the field. He had 73 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble. The most memorable game of the season was against the Panthers. He had an interception and a fumble recovery, both of which he took back for a touchdown in a 17-3 victory. In his sophomore campaign, Jackson was dominant in coverage for the Bears. He had 51 tackles, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, and 6 interceptions. Throughout the month of November, he earned the honors of NFC Defensive Player of the Week and NFC Defensive Player of the Month. His impressive season helped the Bears cement themselves as a top defense in the league, and Jackson was named first-team All-Pro. Jackson has been an absolute stud and is one of the top safeties in the league right now. Now, the real question is, who was taken before him? The first safety selected in the 2017 NFL Draft was Jamal Adams, who was selected by the New York Jets with the 6th pick. Adams attended LSU, where he had 76 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble as a junior. He was widely ranked as the top safety in the draft and a first-round pick. Adams started his rookie year at strong safety for the Jets and finished the season with 83 tackles and 1 forced fumble. After a solid rookie campaign, Adams established himself as a top safety in the league in 2018. He made his first Pro Bowl after he recorded 115 tackles, 1 interception, and 3 forced fumbles. Adams is a stud for the Jets and could be a top safety in the league for years to come. The Jets should have absolutely no regrets about this pick. The Indianapolis Colts took Malik Hooker with the 15th pick in the draft. Hooker went to Ohio State, where as a redshirt sophomore, he broke out and had 74 tackles and 7 interceptions. He was named first-team All-Big Ten and declared for the draft. He didn't participate at the Combine after undergoing surgeries on both his hernia and torn labrum. Hooker was a projected top 15 pick, and some outlets even had him listed as a top safety in the class ahead of Adams. In his rookie season with the Colts, he suffered groin and shoulders injuries in the preseason. He played the first 7 games of the year before going down with a torn ACL and MCL. He finished the year with 22 tackles and 3 interceptions. Hooker dealt with a hip injury in his sophomore season that caused him to miss 3 games. He finished the year with 41 tackles and 2 interceptions. Hooker has been good for the Colts, but has continued to have injury issues. If he can stay healthy, he could be a reliable safety in the league, but for now, the Colts would sure love to have taken Jackson. With the 25th pick in the draft, the Cleveland Browns selected Jabril Peppers. Peppers went to Michigan, where as a redshirt sophomore, he did it all. He played 15 different positions throughout the season and excelled for Michigan. In his 933 snaps on the year, 726 were on defense, 53 were on offense, and 154 were on special teams. He had 72 tackles, 4 sacks, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble. He finished 5th in Heisman voting and decided to declare for the draft. Peppers attended the Combine both as a safety and linebacker. Prior to the draft, he was expected to be a first or second round pick. Peppers started at strong safety for the Browns as a rookie and returned both kicks and punts. He played in 13 games, recording 57 tackles and 1 interception. Peppers ended up playing in the same role for the Browns the following season. In all 16 games, Peppers had 79 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 interception. In the offseason, Peppers was dealt to the Giants in the trade to acquire Odell Beckham Jr. Peppers has been good for the Browns and still hasn't hit his potential. He could be a bright spot on a really bad Giants team next year. Peppers should end up being solid in the league, but Jackson would definitely be the choice if they could go back and change it now. The Arizona Cardinals own the 36th pick in the second round. They selected Budda Baker out of Washington. In his junior season, Baker had 70 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. While Baker was projected to go in the second round, teams were concerned about his lack of size. Baker made a difference in the league immediately as a rookie for the Cardinals. He had 74 tackles, 1 sack, and 2 forced fumbles. He was named a first-team All-Pro and made the Pro Bowl in his rookie year. In his sophomore season, Baker finished with 102 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. He's been good for the Cardinals early in his career. Baker has been great, and you could argue even better than Jackson. Personally, I would slightly prefer Jackson, but the Cardinals definitely shouldn't be upset with their selection of Baker. Despite already taking Jamal Adams with the 6th pick, the New York Jets took another safety with the 39th pick when they took Marcus May. May attended Florida and went back for his senior year despite a junior season where he had 77 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, and 4 forced fumbles. He had a down senior season and was expected to be a second-round selection. May started in all 16 games as a rookie at free safety. Playing alongside Jamal Adams, May put up 79 tackles and 2 interceptions. The next year, May dealt with multiple injuries. He suffered a foot injury that led him to missing the beginning of the season, later broke his thumb, and suffered a shoulder injury that landed him on injured reserve. The injuries allowed him to play in just 6 games. He had 34 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception. May is a solid free safety and should find himself paired with Adams on the Jets for the near future. Imagine if the Jets would have paired up Adams and Jackson, though. A what-if scenario that Jets fans and management wish they could have now. 42nd overall, the New Orleans Saints took Marcus Williams. Williams went to Utah and as a junior had 64 tackles and 5 interceptions. He decided to forego his senior year and was projected to be a first or second round pick. Williams was back up to Von Bell as a rookie for the Saints. He played in 15 games and recorded 73 tackles and 4 interceptions as a rookie. It was a great first year, but you all know him for a different reason. The Minneapolis Miracle. He missed the tackle on Stephon Diggs, and, well, it cost his team a trip at the NFC Championship. With the negative that comes with hearing the name Marcus Williams, it's time to realize that that was one rookie mistake. In fact, in that game against the Vikings, he had 5 tackles, 2 pass deflections, and an interception. He followed it up in his sophomore season with 59 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 2 interceptions. Williams has a bad rap, but he's actually a very solid safety who just missed 1 tackle. The Saints would definitely take Jackson now if given the choice, but I think it's time to end the slander on Marcus Williams. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers took Justin Evans with the 50th pick. Evans played for Texas A&M and as a senior had 87 tackles and 4 interceptions. He was expected to go in the second or the third round of the draft. Evans was a backup for the Buccaneers headed into his rookie year. He appeared in 14 games and was put on injured reserve due to an ankle injury. Evans ended up having 66 tackles and 3 interceptions in his first season. He dealt with a toe injury throughout his sophomore season that cost him to play in just 10 games. He had 59 tackles and 1 interception. Evans just wasn't very good on the year on a bad Buccaneers team. He has shown some promise in his career, but there's not exactly anything to call home about. Jackson is the superior player without any doubt. The Oakland Raiders selected Obi Melifonwu with the 56th pick. Obi, yes, we are going to refer to him by his first name considering I slandered his last name. I'm sorry if there is any Obi Melifonwu fans out there. Obi attended Connecticut, where as a senior he had 118 tackles and 4 interceptions. He was projected to go in the second round, where he was taken by the Raiders. Obi went on and off of injured reserve 4 times in his rookie year. He played in 5 games, recording 6 tackles. He was eventually cut by the Raiders in the offseason. In the middle of the 2018 season, Obi was signed by the Patriots. He played in just 2 games and had 3 tackles. Obi clearly just can't stay healthy and hasn't been very good when he's on the field. That being said, he has done something that the great Dan Marino could never do: get a ring. Jackson definitely would have been the better pick, and hey, maybe he's the next safety in this class to get a ring. Josh Jones was taken with the 61st pick by the Green Bay Packers. Jones went to North Carolina State, where as a junior he had 109 tackles and 3 interceptions to lead his team. He forewent his final season of eligibility and was projected to go in the second round. Jones was the backup to Morgan Burnett as a rookie. He finished the season with 71 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 interception. Jones had a prime chance to start in his second year thanks to the departure of Morgan Burnett. However, he lost the job to Kentrell Brice. Jones ended up missing the first 3 games of the year with an ankle injury. He took over as the starter in Week 14 and had 55 tackles and 1 sack in his sophomore season. Jones is a decent safety in the league. He won't wow you, but he deserves to be on a roster nonetheless. The Packers would certainly rather have Jackson on the roster than having to see him twice a year. The Los Angeles Rams selected the man with the most unique name in the league in John Johnson. Johnson was taken with the 91st pick in the 3rd round after his 4 years at Boston College. Jackson had 77 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 3 interceptions as a senior at BC. Johnson started his rookie campaign as the 3rd stringer for the Rams. He finished the year with 75 tackles and 1 interception. Not bad for a 3rd round 3rd stringer. Johnson played even better the following season and had 119 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 4 interceptions. He played a huge role in helping the Rams get to the Super Bowl, including an overtime interception in the NFC Championship against the Saints. Johnson has been a surprise contributor for the Rams and should only continue to improve. But imagine how much better the Rams' stacked defense would be with the addition of Jackson. Delano Hill was taken with the 95th pick by the Seattle Seahawks. Hill played for Michigan, where he had 52 tackles and 3 interceptions as a senior. Hill only appeared mainly on special teams as a rookie with the Seahawks. The following year, he played in 13 games and started the final 2 games of the season. Hill hasn't been very good for the Seahawks and isn't much more than a depth piece on a team. Jackson could have taken over for Earl Thomas to continue great safety play for the Seahawks, a pick they certainly wish they would have made now. With the 111th pick in the 4th round, 1 selection prior to Eddie Jackson, the Seattle Seahawks drafted Tedrick Thompson. Thompson went to Colorado, where as a senior, he had 63 tackles and 7 interceptions. Thompson was the 3rd string free safety as a rookie with the Seahawks. He finished the year with 4 tackles in 9 games. The following season, Thompson played in 14 games and made 57 tackles. He had 1 forced fumble and 1 interception. Thompson simply isn't a starting caliber player in the league. The Seahawks really had the 2 safeties picked ahead of Jackson. That really does suck for them considering neither one hit a jackpot and, well, Jackson's already made a Pro Bowl. And of course, 1 pick later with the 112th pick in the 4th round, the Chicago Bears selected Eddie Jackson out of Alabama. Jackson has a ton of talent, and it's evident on the field when you watch him play. That being said, he does play for a stacked Chicago Bears defense. I want to highlight something in his weaknesses prior to the draft. Dominant defense front made his job and coverage much easier. In this series, I usually try to identify if circumstance played a huge role in a player's success. Here, I think it certainly has. At Alabama and now with Chicago, he has had an amazing defensive front. It really does make you wonder what Jackson would look like without a dominant defensive front. But for now, Jackson is dominating the league along with his Bears teammates. Eddie Jackson had the skill all along, and, well, most teams knew it. Sometimes it's risky to take a chance on someone who hasn't been able to stay healthy. But the Bears took the chance, and, well, it's paid off so far. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. We've been reading your comments recently and have decided to, dive deeper into those drafted before and hope to improve our content. We put more work into this video than normal and some of our recent ones as well, and I really hope you guys can see an improvement. Thank you for all the feedback and let us know what else we can do to improve our content. I would also like to give a quick shout out to our 2 patrons, Weston Brown, who is a member of our bronze tier, and José Alcis de Silva, who is a member of our silver tier. We will be dropping exclusive content and other videos early before appearing on YouTube. Check it out if you wish, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. My name is Jackson.
And my name is Darren, and this is J&D Productions. So if you don't already know what type of videos we basically make videos revolving around sports. We eventually want to work to make this our full-time job, and we're working really hard currently to make great content for you guys.
And if there's anything you can do to help us, please share this video. Tell your friends about it, tell your family about it. Make sure you go share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of those above.
All
just media. Go help us grow. We're just trying to grow this channel. We're trying to make better content, and we really appreciate it if you help get the word out about our channel.
And if you guys want to help us out any more than you already have by sharing and watching this video, please go ahead and click that link down in the description for Patreon. If you guys don't know what a Patreon is, it helps us make better content for you guys. And that is strictly what it's for. We don't want to take your money. We don't want to steal your money. We just want to make better content for you guys. We're 2 broke college students, and we're just trying to make this our full-time gig. So if you have the generosity in your hearts to help us out a little bit more, please click that link down in the description.
But again, if you don't have the money, don't worry about it. We don't have money either. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go share this video as much as you possibly can. Help us get our name out there. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.